That didn't work out. Okay, so hello and welcome back to my channel. I was going to say that this is why you write things down in your journals and you tab them so then you can go back to it. So I wrote this down in 2023 and then and it was a mid-year tag and I wrote it down in like October 2023 and then in June of 2024 I was able to use it and here I am in June of 2025 using it again. I love it. Okay, so today I'm going to do Love Lynn's Life mid-year journal tag. I'm super excited. I did this a year ago when I relaunched my channel, and here I am a year later. So, number one, what is the best thing about journaling this year? So, I will say that I do have like a whole kind of in-depth spread of the journals that I wrote in up to this year. So right now it's May 30th. So I'm currently in journal 144 Bongo. I'm hoping to, by the time this video launches, to be in journal 145, this guide that has no name yet. Hello. Okay, so in addition to what you saw 2 weeks ago, and even last week, I've completed more journals. So let's show off our Pride journals because it's Pride Month, shall we? First off, we have this one, 145, the Dead Medica Bravo Team Mason, which is obviously a joke. That's why I keep laughing about it. It's a joke in my editing phase. Um, and then I use the, and historians will call them, or history hates lovers, sound from TikTok, as my quote. I had this quote picked out, I think like maybe a year before so last year. Um, so a lot of stickers about books, even though I was in reading deprivation week of the Artist's Way. In this book, I drew Ares, which as the guardian, which is the protector of women and the god of war in Greek mythology. Really proud that I did that. I kind of doubted if I could do that, and like even thought about having a journal change. So yeah, like cute little bride stickers in this journal. And then we moved on. This journal, which in my shorts I said was going to be cut out of the journal lineup, but obviously was not. So this is journal 146, Beware of Connor's Inspiration. And it's guarded by Clayton Carmine. So you've seen this journal in my shorts, but not officially. So, and I've even completed that one. Here's what it looks like. And now I am, let's see, this far into journal 147. So this one's a little bit of a mess, but it's a very gay, chaotic mess, and I like it. This is wrapping paper. And like actually all of this is capitalized because in journal 142 I used these stickers thinking, when would I use these stickers? Well, here, now. I wish I had numbers or thought about something different than this for 147, but it's fine. I originally had time of EP over here, so I put a sticker over it, and totally forgot about it. Should have moved the quote down, but that's okay. So, yeah, the quote is also a joke because this is my meme journal. This will change. I'm gonna redo it, but it's memes for my life. I picked out memes that I like to use, so I have like a meme that I use when I'm on the way to pick someone up. I have a meme to use when I'm mad. So, so I just wanted to document those memes, which I heard this in like a voice actor thing where he was like doing an impression of Dark Maul, where it's like violence is never the answer. It is the question, and the answer is yes. So it was just a funny joke that I liked. So after I wrote this down and picked this quote, I thought, man, someone is going to say that this is a political statement that I'm making about the political environment that we're in. No, I'm not making a statement. I'm making jokes. Alrighty, so, and then it's guarded by Matt Patton Politics. Because I feel like that he's the only one that can save us. Alright, here's the back. Really cute. Finally started a book. Haven't finished books in like a long time. I don't even know how many journals it's been since I finished a book, if we're being honest. So, yeah, and this is what the journal looks like. And then it says, what if my bed misses me too? That's why I named it Time of EP. Alrighty, thank you, bye. So, okay. Um, so what's the best thing about journaling this year? I will say that the best thing about journaling this year is that like my creativity is just boosting, it's booming. I love it. I'm doing a lot more journal spreads. I'm using a lot more ephemera like I wanted to this year. I'm really just not limited this year like I have kind of always been. I've just kind of been very more experimental in my journaling, and I really like that. And I think it shows that since I have come back from Egypt, so since January 8th of this year, I've written in 8 journals, which is 2 journals above my average. And I'm about to be on like my 9th journal, which will be 3 journals above my average. So that's just, it's amazing to me. So, question number 2. What is your favorite supplies at the moment? Oh my gosh. Okay, I remember last year that I like threw stickers on and it was like a funny gag. Um, but I have to say, stickers are not my favorite journaling supplies anymore. Yes, Catherine, whatever could it be? Let me show you. These little decorative papers. This is symbolic. So this just stands in for just random other ephemera that I have, because this year I said that I wanted to use up ephemera, and this year I have been. To the expense of my journals, where I've been making them chunky where I don't like them. So, but that's okay. I did like a lot of cute little spreads. Let me show you. Okay, so editor Catherine will probably have to block out a lot of this, but I saw on TikTok there was like this thing where you take your age and it's like, 28 things I learned in 28 years, or like 21 things or 20 things. A lot of the people who were doing it were kind of like very religious. But anyway, so it like this was just like a spread to do things that I learned. I had this idea and I came home from lunch, or like, yeah, came home to lunch and like did it really quickly, and I was super excited. But just kind of doing a lot more with that, where I'm just more creative in doing spreads. I started the Artist's Way and kind of continued this. So again, editor Catherine will probably have to block out a lot of this. But this is my Monster Hall of Fame. I like how creative I've been with extra just like paper. Yeah, I mean, like, look at this. Like, I wrote down everything that I would bring in my van if I did van life, and look how cute that is. All right, number 3, new things you have been doing in your journals/journaling the past 6 months. So I kind of already mentioned it. So I've been doing a lot more spreads. I've been trying to use up a lot more ephemera. I've been experimenting a lot more, just kind of like having fun. So I used to just kind of do like either memory keeping or stream of consciousness or emotional processing journaling with like a few stickers or a few pictures taped in here and there, or just random like bits and bobs, Um, and now I'm actually doing spreads and making it kind of more aesthetic, and I've been really enjoying that. All right, so what are you looking forward to journaling about this year? Oh, hmm. So I'm going to say that I'm looking forward to the freedom to pick my journals, because I have been kind of hinting that in 2026 I'm going to have people pick my journals for me, and that was because I thought I was going to be in rad tech school. So yeah. So that was based off of like this time last year where I just finished full-time school, full-time job. And I was exhausted. I almost broke my ongoing theme, and I was devastated. That would have been like 14 years of an ongoing theme that was broken. And so I thought, well, I'll just have my friends pick it out and it'll be like this really cool, fun thing. I don't know if that's going to happen in 2026. I keep saying that it is, and I don't want to break my word because I feel like I break my word a lot on this channel. You know, bullet journal 2029 of June. So yeah, like, just, you know, whatever. Okay, so, that being said, I'm really looking forward to just being able to pick my journals and just continuing on the trajectory that I'm on. I will say that I'm probably not really looking forward to actually doing this, but I am looking forward to having the Egypt trip and Philadelphia trip actually written down. Those will be huge check marks off my list. So we'll just kind of go with that. If I don't have my friends pick out my journals in 2026, I'm really sorry. It's probably because I'm saving it for when I actually am in rad tech. I have about 5 options on the table right now. And I'm not talking about like rad tech schools, I'm talking about like careers. So, yeah, just like my friends have already picked it out. I also need to get with all of them and have them like write down some things. So, like, that's also a thing that needs to happen. Anyway, so we'll see if it happens in 2026. And then also, I probably won't start until like, you know, I think August of 2026, so it might be more of a 2027 project. Anyway, I like how I keep telling myself I'm gonna have secrets on the channel, and then I just spill the beans. Okay, so, all right, what have you stopped doing in your journaling or journaling about, and why? That one's kind of a toughie. I'm not sure if I stopped anything specific in my journaling. Maybe like stopped limiting myself. And the why is just because I'm exploring, I'm being experimental in my journaling, and I love that. All right, number 6. What surprised you about your journaling? I'm assuming this year. The numbers again. I said this last year. But the numbers, like, last year I thought since I was a full-time work and full-time school that my average of a journal a month would go down. So I averaged like about 12 to 14 journals a year, but it actually like went up. So that was amazing. This year it completely skyrocketed, and I'm going to say mostly thank you to the Artist Way on that. I did just have like a lot of processing that I did. I'm had to kind of like process at the beginning of the year my scarcity mindset, letting things go, decluttering, things like that. So I did like a lot of processing there, and then also just like not even just decluttering items, I decluttered people out of my life as well. Like, I had to write down what people brought to the table for me, the damage that they've already done to me, things like that. I had like another mini purge. 2022 is the great purge, and 2024 was a mini purge. And 2025 was finishing up the mini purge. So yeah, so I would say that like there has just been a lot to journal about, a lot to process. Like I said, I have like 5 options on the table, and like they're not like, oh, I can just go any mini mini mo, pick that one. Like, I'll have to work towards each option, but there are 5 paths in front of me, so that is quite a bit. So also I've been writing about that, and then started the Artist Way, and then also I've been editing, got stuck in editing, found out I had to rewrite my manuscript. So all of that happened. You probably can't tell, I'm doing crazy arms, so I'm doing like that. Being dramatic over here. Alrighty, number 7. Which is your favorite journal that you finished this year? The question to pick favorite children has happened once again. Okay, I feel like that this question is like a little bit unfair because there's a lot that comes into favorite journals, and that could be a whole video on its own. If I haven't mentioned it so far, but I did do a complete in-depth video on all of the journals that I used this year. It will be in the description below. Please go check it out. I like to think I'm entertaining, but we'll just give you kind of a brief tour, and I'll just quick shot it. So obviously these 2 are out. They cannot be my favorite because I didn't even write in them yet. This one just was like too short, and then also was kind of awkward to write in, so it's out, even though I really do like the letters that my mom wrote from Delilah to me while I was on my trip. This one is out because of the chunkiness, and also it just took way too long, which You probably know what's coming. This one's, oh my gosh, it knocked you out. Are you okay, friend? Are you okay? Get off the ground. All right, I'll dust you off. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so this one was a runner-up to be my favorite journal this year. But it's not. It's way too chunky, and even though it only took, let's see, 25 days, which is like pretty cool, it's, yeah, like I have an incomplete sticker bomb in here, like way too many letters to myself. This year I also started putting like 5 letters from my high school graduation, since that was 10 years ago, in here, just to kind of like help with the storage. Like I had basically 3 shoe boxes of letters, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do that. So anyway, that one's like way too chunky. It was kind of, it is my fault, so I do feel bad, but and I do really like the cover. Like this is kind of cool, but not inspired compared to the other ones I did later in the year. This one would have been a huge runner-up for favorite journal, just because it's so unique. It has like this little thing, put a little heart thing on it. But again, chunkiness has murdered it. So not my favorite, but again, like spread kind of like not inspired, but do really like the rainbow cat. So it is also not out. I'm also kind of wondering if like my favorite journals are more recent journals, and if my favorite journal will ever be the beginning of the year journals. So, okay, another huge runner-up for my favorite journal, and if you asked me in March, I probably would have said this one, is this one, just because it holds my birthday and the first time that I ever wrote in Hunger Games journal while Hunger Games book came out, even though I had the chance in 2020, but I did not take it because I was depressed. So, yeah. Really liked the colored pages. Absolutely, hold on. So absolutely liked that. Liked the idea that I had with like the flowers. But yeah, just like it's very close to runner up, but not my favorites. So, oop. All right. So we'll kind of go with like others. So this one, also like I really did like the dark colors when I was writing it, but sometimes if I stay in a dark colored journal for too long, it affects my mood. So that's odd. This one kind of said the same thing. I don't think it affected my mood, but I am kind of getting tired of this dark blue color. It's crushing my vibe. Like, yeah, here's like the dark blue color. Don't get me wrong, I love blue. Blue is my favorite color, but like, yeah, this is just crushing my vibe. So unfortunately, 144 Bongo is also not my favorite, even though I went all out on the decoration. This guy, also out just because it was small, hard to write in, and like, I only wrote in this much of it, and tell me how that much took 4 days when I was doing the artist way and wrote 3 pages a day minimum. And also I took notes and stuff like, how did you last that long? But also, if you remember, in 2024, the same problem happened where I had the newer version. So this is the I keep saying like 2025, but this is the 2005 little journal. So, oh, sorry, 2006. And then there was a 2007 one that was about this size. It lasted 12 days. I don't know how it happened. Like these guys, they just unexpectedly last longer than I think they should. So this journal, quite liked. So Sarge, you know, a lot of things were being figured out. Kind of went through like some hardships in this journal. That's okay. You had the washi tour. Main reason why I went to use it. So used all dogs. That was really cool. Really like that. So even though I had like some pretty cool spreads, I would say the first half of this journal I really liked. The second half of this journal kind of dragged for me. So that one is also out. And then now we have the 2 runner-ups. So I will say that this journal was really cool. I decorated the heck out of it. I'm like super excited about the decoration that I did, the washi tape. I had a vision and I went for it. It was really cool. This one started the spreads. So you will see in a Catch Up with Kat that I do this page while I chit chat with you. That's really cool. So also like this Master Chief sticker, oh, you can't you can't. Also, I had that Master Chief sticker because I was supposed to see Master Chief's voice actor, and then this journal I mentioned I had some hardships. This journal I realized that he was not going to be at the event that I was going to be at. It was really sad. Anyway, used like some of these flower stickers, which was left over from the Hunger Games one, because this one happened after the Hunger Games. So even though that this one was like really cool, and I like had some creativity, like look at that, I drew like spaghetti and I said spaghetti time, throw things at the wall, see what sticks, which I actually got from Katie Ann Wright's on a live with Wallismo. So yeah, anyway, and I did like a lot of spreads in this one. I think in the last video I only showed you like, or maybe just 2 seconds ago. But like I did the, oh, I love being a woman from TikTok, and then I did, they can't put tariffs on my desire to bite you nor my joy. So I just did a lot of spreads. I liked how my creativity was coming back. Yeah, like the 28 things I learned in 28 years. So I did a lot of spreads on that, but I will have to say that it's also, even though it had a lot of bright ideas, it's not my favorite journal to write in. I will say that it's this journal with Brave Wings She Flies, which this journal actually I thought was kind of interesting. It was supposed to be used last year as a connection journal, and then it was supposed to be used this year again as another connection journal, but she stood on her own. So I loved just the black paper where I had to like write on like white on like the front. So the rest of the journal was like normal paper, but it really inspired me to be creative. I came up with like a lot of creative stuff ideas. I came up with like spread ideas. I didn't do any spreads in this, but I just came up with the ideas. Reason why I'm deciding that it is for sure my favorite journal, even though it's decorated all for Easter, which I think is another reason why I liked it, is that I like fully went out on decorating it for Easter, which I haven't done in years. Last year, Easter kind of just sprung upon me, and I only had like a page in the journal of like, oh yeah, it's Easter, here's some Easter stickers. But this journal is the journal that when it ended, I kind of wanted to, sorry, Delay scared me by knocking things over. When it ended, I didn't want it to end. I wasn't ready for it to end, even though it lasted 13 days. So, which it actually is pretty short. It only lasted 13 days. Like my creativity spiked, even though I had a huge crash out when I realized I needed to rewrite my book. But I did really think about, I have like other journals that are similar to this, so I did really think about using those. So that's why I'm going to say that journal 140 is my favorite journal, even though I think that journal 141 has the best front cover spread. So number 8, what YouTubers inspire you lately? So I haven't been really watching a lot of journaling YouTubers lately, or like new YouTubers lately. So hi, editor Catherine here. So I just kind of rambled on and on about YouTubers. So I have been watching a lot of YouTubers in 3 different categories: journaling YouTubers, writing YouTubers, and van life YouTubers. And I'm just going to put their channels here, and also I'll have their channels in the description below. All right, what is your journaling routine? All right, my journaling routine is different from last year. Last year, I said that I was just kind of like a grazer when it came to journaling, that I just kind of journaled throughout the day. I still journal throughout the day, but now that I'm doing the artist way, I have a morning routine where I wake up in the morning and I write 3 pages in my journal. And then at some point during the afternoon or evening, I write 3 more pages in my journal while writing like throughout the day as well. So then I can kind of have morning and evening pages. So that's really cool for me. Let's see. Which is your favorite cover of a finished journal from this year? Okay, well, I already kind of showed you. So if we go with inside cover, it is this one. If we just go with like outside cover, that is a harder question. I don't have like a lot of stickers. Oh gosh, is it gonna be the same one? Okay, so I kind of wanted to say this one because it looks cute, but this one, she's just so adorable, isn't she? Oh, yeah, so that's the one I'm gonna go with. Alrighty, number 11. What are you going to focus on for the rest of the year? Any goals? Okay, I'm going to focus on finishing writing the Egypt trip. Catherine, you have to do this before multiple years pass. Okay, multiple months have already passed. So, what am I going to focus on? I'm going to focus on trying to keep up the morning pages, even though the 12-week program, sorry about that. Even though the 12-week program will be over with the Artist's Way, I think that's really cool. And then also I do have like a goal to write every single day for at least a year in my journals. And I pretty much kept that up for the 3 weeks that I did the Artist's Way until I fell off of the Artist's Way. And I wrote like 3 pages a day because of the morning pages. So that's really cool. And I was like, wow, I could like do this. But then I fell off the Artist's Way, went on a trip, and then missed a couple of days. So that's fine. That's kind of my goal. Continue having fun, continue having ideas, continue being motivated, continue being creative, and continue using ephemera so then I don't have to do it. I don't have to move it and stuff like that. Okay, so that is the end of the tag. Thank you so much for being here with me. Let me know the answers of this tag that you have, and please remember to always find a reason to write.